What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It is Ars over here. I hope you're having an amazing day now for myself and doing pretty good as always. And today I'm extremely excited because of course we got our first look at the official trailer reveal of Battlefront 2, which we actually got a teaser about 3 days ago, and the official trailer was like a kind of expansion towards that. I actually uploaded on my channel a few minutes ago and it was taken down because of course EA actually has like copyrights or whatever for that. And so I was like, you know what, I'm not going to mess with that. I do not know how the other YouTubers actually have the rights to upload the videos like that. But anyways, I don't really care about it. I will leave the the link in the description of the actual trailer, of course, if you want to go check it out for yourself. But basically, in this video, I will be talking about every single things. I will be covering, of course, the trailer. And I will be basically discussing my opinions regarding the actual trailer and my thoughts on the game. So although this is not the usual Ghost Recon videos I post on my channel, I hope you guys will enjoy it. Make sure to drop a like if you do, and tell me if you're excited as me for Battlefront 2. Before I actually talk to you guys about everything we've seen in the trailer and the information we've gotten from the game, I actually do want to say that you must slow down the hype train if you are a Star Wars fan just like me, because you will surely know that EA is amazing at doing these decent ass trailers, but of course they never downgrade the game, but they never show plenty of actual content. In the trailer, of course, they do speak about the eras, the fact that there will be multiple eras in the game, but they don't really tell us more about it. They say there will be a plenty amount of character, but they don't really tell us how many. You know, they just say plenty. That could be 5, that could be 10, we don't know. But technically talking, if you're telling me there's going to be characters from each eras, that could be like 3 or 4 characters from each eras, which would really be sucky at the end of the day. Like, I hope we can see around like 10 plus from each eras, which would be like extremely amazing to see at the end of the game, like 30 heroes when the game launches, which I would hope for, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, so the first bit of information we got is regarding the actual campaign, which of course we knew there was going to be one since so many people complained about the fact that there weren't any in the first game. On the actual website where you can pre-order the game of EA, of course, they do go on to say that it's a soldier's untold story because you get to play as a female lead character, of course, which is an Imperial soldier, which is pretty cool. Once again, it's something that we haven't really seen anywhere in terms of video games and the Star Wars kind of universe. They do go on to say this about the actual single player. Forge a new path as Iden Versio, commander of Inferno Squad, an Imperial Special Force unit equally lethal on the ground and in space, encounter many of Star Wars' greatest characters in a story of revenge, betrayal, and redemption that spans 30 years, which is pretty damn sick. One of the actual lead creators for the game talked about it during the actual Star Wars Celebration convention, and he spoke about how a lot of people were questioning what's going on right after the Death Star exploded, right? So many soldiers out there, so many people that were like, you know, fighting for the cause of the Empire, because of course there's so many heroes for the side of the rebellion, but we didn't really get to see a lot of people on the actual Empire side. And he's really talking how, you know, it's kind of nice to see who are the actual heroes for the Empire, who are the example for the children that are just, you know, like dreaming of becoming an actual Imperial soldier. And that's pretty cool because we get to see really through their eyes what it is to be an Imperial soldier. And that's what's like so cool about it. They actually even said that they wanted to basically not take a just simple soldier that's out of nowhere, just, you know, fighting for the cause. They really wanted someone devoted, someone that was just pushing harder than anyone else to become like the elite of the elite. And so they created with Lucas films, they created basically the Inferno Squad, which is this kind of unit which is extremely like talented. You can see it in the trailer. They just kick ass as hell to the rebels, and yeah, they're pretty fucking badass. They're like all black and red, and they're really devoted. Like, they're extremely high talented soldiers who go to like rough training, you know, and at the end of the day, they're fighting like hell for the cause of the Empire. Following up on the actual multiplayer part of the information, this is where it gets very interesting, as there's a lot of new, like, old features making their way back from the first game, as well as some new features that a lot of people asked for and requested for the first game, but that actually making their way, in the second game. They say this: join up to 40 players in massive multiplayer fights in authentic locations across all eras. Reveal in-depth class-based online gameplay. Pilot a wide variety of land and air vehicles and control iconic characters with distinct abilities that can turn the tide of the battle, which is extremely interesting as well. We do know for sure that the 40 players is something that was already in the first game, but the fact that we have different locations depending on the eras, that's very cool as well. It's pretty kind of different, I'd say. You know, there's like That wasn't there in the first game at all. And of course, we'll see different technologies from different eras, different like weapons types and stuff like that, vehicles, blah blah. So that's very cool. Also, the fact that we'll be able to pilot a variety of land and air vehicle, that's pretty damn sick, because of course there weren't so many in the first game, and I'm guessing we will be seeing a lot more, as they did already confirm that some vehicles will have different actual roles, which is cool. The actual class base, I will be speaking about that later on in the video, but that basically means that you will actually have a certain role to play as a soldier, and not just the type of soldier that shoots everywhere for no actual reasons. Following up, we actually have a confirmation that there will be a space battle system on launch, which is something that was so requested in the actual game. There was aerial kind of fights in the first game when it launched, but there weren't any space battles, and a lot of people complained about it, how, you know, it's so stupid. Battlefront's coming out, it doesn't have space battle, but Call of Duty, which is coming out a year afterwards, has space battle, which doesn't freaking make sense. And of course, the only kind of DLC that added space battle in the first game is the Death Star DLC, which was pretty cool once again, but who wants to pay another additional $20 just for space battle, right? And so yeah, they do have to say, my bad, they have to say this about the actual you know, space battle. They say that you have to wage a war in spectacular space battle scenarios, wage between asteroids, fly across Imperial dockyards, and take down massive capital ships, pilot renowned craft like the Millennium Falcon or Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, and exciting dogfights with up to 24 players, which is pretty much the exact same thing we had in the first game, except we have a confirmation that now it is in the actual space. It will be a space battle. Also, I have to say that I watched the entire Star Wars Celebration like kind of convention with the EA people there, and they did say that there will be multiple spaceships which will have different roles, which is something pretty cool, because in the first game, if you remember correctly, spaceships didn't really have any particular role, right? They just ended up you know, just picking a spaceship and fighting with it and just flying around and shooting, right? And so that means that there's a possibility that you will be able to be inside a fighter, for instance, and have a certain like place to be. For instance, like in Battlefront 2, which came out in 2005. For instance, you could use the turrets. Maybe you could even go in the hangar and take another ship and like just, you know, kick off and go outside and fight, which would be something extremely cool to see. Following up, they actually say that the characters from every era will be making their way into the game, which is, as I said, something that they did declare on the actual trailer. They say that you will be able to play as and against Star Wars' most feared villains and charisma by whatever heroes from all three eras, including Kylo Ren, Rey, Darth Maul, Yoda, and many more. Unique upgradable abilities. Yeah, many more, my bad. Unique upgradable abilities ensure classic characters bring their distinct powers and personality to the battle, which, if you don't know what that means, it is pretty simple, although I think it's extremely cool. That means you will be able to customize what abilities your heroes will have, which is something that wasn't there in the first game, right? You just picked a hero, you picked Darth Vader, you picked Luke, and you fought. Where now you will actually be able to really select what abilities you want to have on your character. Also, it is confirmed through the pre-order bonuses that you will be able to have like actual skins and outfits and costumes for the heroes. So you will be able to unlock those, I imagine, or maybe even buy them in-game and whatever, but you will be able to actually really customize your heroes. So have an older version of Luke Skywalker from the Star Wars 8 and 9 and 7 actually, and you know, or either just had the original Luke Skywalker from the 4th, 5, and 6, which is something pretty cool that a lot of people wanted, you know, since a long time already. Now, onto the actual split-screen co-op, they do say that you will be able to team up with a friend in 2-player offline split-screen play, and you'll be able to earn rewards, customize troopers and heroes when, then take your skills and upgrade to the online battleground. Split-screen, blah, 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 blah. Don't give a shit about it. But basically, what that means is you will be able to, just like in the first game, play offline co-op missions. Probably, I imagine, that will be like little operations, survival mission based kind of with your friends, which is something pretty cool once again, that, you know, they're adding this into the game. And it's a mechanic that should have, you know, just brought back my bad from the first game, because of course it's something that really worked well and a lot of people enjoyed playing like that. Although they do say that you will be able to customize your hero and upgrade your hero, I mean your player, my bad, and your skills and stuff like that, which is something pretty damn cool. I imagine being able to have a wide variety of selection of actual customization items, which is something I really want to be added into the game. Onto the actual final part, they say that you'll be able to customize and progress your character, which is something pretty cool, of course. They say that you'll be able to tailor unique abilities for each heroes, trooper, and starfighter to gain the upper hand in battle with Star Wars Battlefront. To diverse and powerful progression system. The path to victory is yours to decide. And that means, as they did talked about in the convention, they said that you will be able to really kind of customize your character, not only through the actual gear he has on and like items and like the look of his character, but actually you will also be able to really pick something that matches your playstyle. And so there will be classes, of course, as I did mention earlier on, but you will not only be able to pick a class, but actually be able to customize the items of your character depending on that class. I don't know if the items are actually class restricted or if they're not. We don't know really how that works. Perhaps it's even like the usual Battlefield system where, you know, just have actual items related to the actual class you're playing with, which of course would make a lot of sense, but we don't know really nothing about that. All we know for sure is there will be items and stuff and equipment that will actually be coming in handy in various situations, and you as a player will be able to really customize that in every single ways you want, which is something I really like also. And I think it's definitely a nice little feature they did there, because of course it actually adds this kind of feeling that you are playing a certain specific type and not only just the I run everywhere and shoot everyone kind of genre, which is really annoying. And at the very end, you can actually see that as a pre-order bonus, they do say that you will be able to get a special in-game rewards and the chance to dive in before the game is released worldwide when you pre-order any edition of the Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is something I really enjoyed about it. I think it was kind of a scam for them to actually say that the players buying the deluxe edition for Battlefield 1, my bad, will actually be able to play 3 days earlier, as of where the people buying the normal game wouldn't. I don't really understand. Like, that was just stupid, like dividing the community on the actual edition they're buying. You know, at the end of the day, people are pre-ordering because they want to play the game. Why the hell would you give an advantage to people, like a person who bought it for like $10 more? Like, that's just stupid, right? But yeah, they do go on to mention that you'll be able to get a pre-order bonus, depending of course on different things. But the actual official announced pre-order bonus right now is the fact that if you pre-order it, of course, you'll be able to get the Last Jedi Heroes, which we're talking about the variant of Luke Skywalker in Star Wars 8. We're talking, of course, Rey Star Wars 8. We're talking Kylo Ren Star Wars 8, which is a lot of different characters here and there, which are going to be different from Star Wars 7, as the end of the movie really marked a new beginning for the actual franchise. So that was pretty much it regarding the actual news on Star Wars Battlefront 2. At the moment, we don't have any more further news. I mean, I might have kind of missed anything. Let me know if I did miss anything that you heard in the actual convention at the Star Wars Celebration. Let me know if I did miss anything or whatever. But yeah, I think I pretty much covered everything they mentioned, and I'm so excited and pumped to see more gameplay. Although, as I did say at the very beginning, restrain your actual hype, guys, because this is exactly like the first game, right? I watched the first game's trailer the other day, and they were like, wow, this is so insane, this is amazing. And that's just the usual typical DICE kind of role there. You know, they release a sick-ass trailer, and then they don't release enough content, and then we just feel like, you know, like we have to wait to get the actual full game, which is something I really don't want them to do. I do know that some of the lead game designer over there at the convention spoke about it, and one of the guys said that it was probably the most ambitious title they did worked on, which is something they always say, of course. But he actually said that his perspective whatever of the game was really different from the start, because when they started, they were like, okay, let's do all eras, let's do all different characters and blah blah, and then they're like, that's a lot more work than I initially thought it would be. And of course, it's a lot of like work put into, and definitely something that they've been working hard for. And I think that at the end of the day, they will do an amazing job because they learned their mistakes from the first game. But I'm still kind of unsure whether or not we will see the entire content that we should be seeing. We still have no news regarding Season Pass and stuff like that. Although, if you remember correctly, the first game Season Pass actually was announced like later, not only like I think 1 month before the game came out. Not even, like, I think it was like 3 weeks before the game came out. And that frustrated me so much because I had the hope for them to actually do free DLCs, which I really don't think they will do. Although I think they will base themselves a lot on Battlefield My Bad 1's kind of politic and the way they did it. Battlefield 1 has the, of course, premium pack still, but now they did this Battlefield friend thing, which is basically where if one of your friend actually has the season pass, they can basically play with you any maps, which is pretty cool. Once again, at least it doesn't divide as much the community, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that was pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you're hyped as well for Battlefront, or if you aren't, or if you don't give a damn. I don't know. So that would kind of be stupid if you watch the entire video just to not give a damn. But anyways, let me know if you are skeptic about the game, skeptical, whatever. Let me know anything. I just want to know, guys. But yeah, peace out. Love y'all.